Has anyone ever wanted to catch a redfish on fly? Hopefully by the end of the speech you'll understand how. The three main topics we're going to cover is the gear you need to catch a redfish, how to find them, and once you find them, how you're going to catch them. So to get started, I'm going to go over the gear. You're really going to want to start out getting a rod, preferably a 9-foot 8-weight saltwater rod. The weights with fly fishing just kind of describes what type of fish you're going after. 8 weight's pretty much the average you're going to use going after redfish. Now we're moving on to the reel. You're going to want to go after a mid-price reel. Redfish aren't going to be pretty heavy fish, so they're not going to pull on your reel too much. I definitely wouldn't drop any more than $500 on a fly reel for redfish. You really just need a seal drag, and yeah, that's about it, seal drag. Now moving into leader selection for redfish, you're going to really want to go with a 9-foot leader. Anything smaller is just ridiculous. I'd definitely go with a 9-foot leader, 16 to 20 pound, 16 in the wintertime, 20 in the fall, summer, and spring. Anything lighter and you're kind of just challenging yourself, anything heavier and you're just kind of overdoing it. So yeah, definitely hit the 16 to 20 pound range for the leaders. Now getting into fly selection, this is pretty easy. During the summer, spring, and fall, we pretty much choose shrimp flies, and my rule with shrimp flies is the darker the water, the darker the fly. When the water is pretty clear, then I kind of switch up to a natural pattern. Just the darker the water, they just want a profile. They don't want all the flash because I can spook them off. But during the wintertime, when that water gets really cold and they kind of get lethargic, they're going to go after bigger bait. So probably mullet and menhaden. So you're going to be wanting to throw bait fish patterns. It's just better that way. Some people throw crabs, but bait fish patterns are definitely the way to go in the wintertime. So now that you have the gear, we're going to kind of go over how to find the redfish. Finding them is pretty straightforward. Like I said, in the spring, summer, and fall, they're going to be kind of singled out. So you're going to want to hit the flood tides, which flood tide is just when the tide gets really high and pushes up into the grass. And those redfish can get up in there and chase some shrimp and crabs. Also, low tides are pretty good, like dead lows, because they get in these little pockets. There's less water, so it's easier to find them. They're pretty easy to catch there because the water's super dirty and you can just cast any sort of black fly in there and they'll eat it. Now getting into wintertime, that's a little bit more finicky because they get grouped up and they're harder to find because they are grouped up. So once you find a school, I wouldn't like hit it hard. I'd kind of just fish it every now and then. I wouldn't fish it super consistently because then they kind of get spooked off and you lose the school and you're spending 2 weeks trying to find another one. So I definitely take it easy on those winter redfish because they're a little bit more spooked. That's when the dolphins typically start eating them. So yeah, and I definitely stick with the inland creeks during the winter. That water gets really cold, so they're sticking on these mud flats, which hold heat pretty well. During the spring, summer, and fall, definitely fish more towards the inlets. That's when that water is pretty hot. There's less oxygen in the water, so they stick towards the inlet where that oxygen's flowing in and that cool water's going to. So now that you know where to find the redfish, I'm going to teach you how to catch them. So typically when you find a redfish on a flat, he's going to be either by himself or in a school. We'll start with if he's by himself. If he's by himself and he's cruising away from you, don't bother casting at him. Get in a better position, because if he's going away from you and you put that fly in the water and you pull it towards you, that redfish is going to spook off because nothing comes towards the redfish that he's going to eat. So I'd get it to where he's coming across the bow of the boat, cast diagonally to him and pull the fly away from him as if he's chasing it. Now if you're fishing for a group of reds and they're all there, don't cast in the middle of the school, cast on the outside. Catch those fish that are on the outside. If you cast in the middle of the school, you're going to probably spook all of them off and you're just going to waste the entire afternoon. So now that you've found the redfish, cast it on him, and you've got him coming after your fly, once he eats the fly, then you're going to want to strip set as hard as you can. As soon as he eats that fly, set the hook. If you don't, it's going to slip out of his mouth and you're going to lose the fish. Sorry about that. And if you lose the fish, you're just going to have a bad day. So yeah, just strip as soon as he eats that fly and then fight him with the line. Don't put him on the reel unless he wants to go on the reel, because then you have a higher chance of losing the fish. So yeah, in conclusion, now that you know the gear you need, where to find them, and how to catch them, you should be ready for your first redfish on fly. So yeah, thanks for watching the video.